The following podcast is brought to you by Pro Wrestling Connect, Australia's newest choice for event management and brand development specializing in pro wrestling.
And now, the B Plus Wrestling Podcast. Watch global. Support local. It's the B Plus Wrestling Podcast.
The moves.
B plus.
All right, ladies, gents, and non-binary friends, welcome to the B Plus podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Friday. You know what that means. It's Aussie Grapps Day here on the B Plus. It's our favorite day here at the B Plus. We talk about Australian pro wrestling. I've already done that show. That show should already be in your feed, and this is a bonus Aussie Grapps show. We're talking about PWA. Lots to talk about because we had, of course, the Green Label show last week. Mikey didn't get to watch it live, whereas I did, even though I'm in another fucking state. That's how good PWA takes care of us now with their OVO Play deal. We can watch them live all the time, even the Green Label shows. So I've been ready, but I've been waiting for my co-host, Big Boy. How you doing, brother?
Good, buddy. Good. No, I've been waiting for the full card for tomorrow night to be released. And I think we have the match enough.
Yeah, we got six matches. It looks like a full card. Full enough card.
Yeah, they'll usually probably throw a little secret one in there. But yeah, it looks like everything's ready to roll for tomorrow night and should be good. I'll be doing the
tonight,
live
brother. Tonight. People are listening to this on Friday, so.
Yeah, everything's
kayfabe, brother, kayfabe.
Everything's looking good for tonight. I'll be watching on OVO myself live. Unfortunately, won't be able to make it out to the show. Just a little bit tight on the funds at the moment, but
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
Yeah,
it's looking like a good show though. But before we get to that, we did want to talk about Green Label. The first ever Green Label show took place last week at the Crowbar. Nice little room. The ring takes up most of the room. The crowd are only on one side and the hard cam's on the other side, which I imagine is going to be difficult for wrestlers to work to, right? Do you work to the hard cams? Do you work to the crowd? How do you do it?
Yeah.
But did you get a chance to watch the Green Label Let Them Fight?
Yeah, no, I watched it in full. Very interesting. It had a very old school PWG or such, like kind of like a Beyond Bar kind of feel to it. I liked it. It's something different. Get a few guys on the card that don't usually get on. I expect in the future they either do continue with it, or they did see that as a success. I think they'll put probably more and more Academy names in there. Obviously the first one they wanted to throw some bigger names like the Robbies and
I feel like this is where we'll see people debut, develop their characters, that sort of stuff. And also guys who maybe in the mid-card. I mean, I feel like maybe your Velocities, Robbie Eagles, and Matt Diamond will be special features on shows like this. Like they won't be on it all the time. Right. But people who don't necessarily get a lot of time maybe on the Black Label cards, like someone like Kai Drake, right, who is often in multi-man matches and things like that. He had a good one-on-one match opening the show with the official Richard South.
Yeah.
They did open the show, didn't they?
They sure did. Did.
So the first ever Green Label show, the first ever Green Label match, Kai Drake, Richard South, amazing matchup too.
Yeah, amazing matchup, perfect matchup for the first match. Love this version of Richard South. I love Tough Stuff. Was a fun character. Always got Max Watts pumping or Paddy RSL. Always got a pumping in the past. I love this version. He is so channeled in on his All Japan 90s stuff, like when he's wearing his robes, being a little bit more of a face, and he's wearing his robes like a Kenta Kobayashi, or now he's doing the heel All Japan thing with he's growing the chops back and he's got the long black pants.
Love the chops.
Love it.
Love the chops. Richard South, you are a handsome, handsome man, my friend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which I feel like Ricky South would have appreciated me saying that, but I feel like Richard South would tell me to keep my head out of the gutter.
No, look, as long as you appreciate him without any foul language, I feel Richard South would appreciate that. Let's
Yeah,
take
fuck
nothing
that.
away from Kai Drake in his match. Kai Drake was phenomenal as always.
No, well, yeah, Kai Drake hits hard. Like, these guys just beat the shit out of each other,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, just the kicks and the forearms and just everything looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
And that, I like that kind of wrestling where it just looks like they want to hurt each other.
Yeah.
And not even necessarily out of hatred, but just out of wanting to win.
Yeah.
I'm going to hurt you so I can win. It was a brilliant match. I really enjoyed this. Ultimately, Richard South picks up the win.
Yep. Get some momentum going into this. Going into tonight. Going into tonight's show. Get some momentum there. The next match was even I found really enjoyable. Bella Pearson and Xena.
Yes.
I thought this was brilliant.
Again, Belle Pierce, someone who you often see in multi-person matches.
Right.
But I don't think I've seen her in a one-on-one match on a Black Label card.
No, I think this would be her first singles in PWA in general. Brilliant thing here. I'm a Xena stan. I don't care what brand she's wrestling under. I think she's one of the most brilliant up and coming wrestlers in this country. I mean, she's already there, but she's still young. A really good match.
Xena is very good. Belle Pierce with what I considered to be an upset win here.
I kind of thought Xena would go over here, but and Belle Pierce has already got her eyes set on the winner of Shazza and Just Troy, which we'll touch on later. But because
we're getting these behind the label shows now, right? So behind the label, you got to get to PWA's Facebook to check out behind the label, because this is where, now that the shows are live on OVO Play, we don't get the Frankie B interviews anymore.
Yeah,
right. And so Frankie B, she's moved on to behind the label, and I love that for her, because I think she is. She's doing a fantastic job as the presenter, right? Like sort of the Renee Young, as it were, the Mean Gene. I really enjoy Frankie B as a character interviewing these wrestlers. Like, I really enjoyed her just being like, Sam Osborne's a dick. Like, just the little things I really like. Anna Ashley does it really well as well with Melbourne City Wrestling and EPW. But yeah, shout out Frankie B behind the label.
Yeah.
They actually gave me a shout out. Did you see that?
I did. Fantastic.
My Twitter came up when Robbie Eagles... they came and like Robbie was talking to Frankie, and someone came and was like, have you seen Twitter? Because I tweeted out at so when I watched Green Label, right?
Yeah.
I watched Green Label. It was on at the same time as Dominion. So I had OVO Play on my big, 60-inch smart TV. And then I had my iPad, which looked like a fucking dwarf in comparison to my TV, but I had it up on a table in front of the TV. And so I was watching Dominion I had my Bluetooth headphones on with one ear off so I could still hear Green Label. And I was like taking the headphones on and off and listening to Dominion and watching Green Label and listening. And I was all over the place, and I was trying to tweet both shows. It was chaos, but I did catch Will Ospreay winning the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title and immediately challenging Robbie Eagles. I tweeted about it, and then they showed my tweet on the show, which was very sweet. I liked that.
Yeah, maybe your Twitter handle needs a little bit of.
I've changed it. Good. It was Gregor. Yeah, my Twitter handle was Gregor or Nothing, because it was in honor of Double or Nothing, of course, which literally only Akil noticed, and he popped for it. But I've changed it now. It's Greg Label.
Fantastic. Now, just want to
in honor of PWA. This Greg Label.
Quick little mini segue from me. And you're just talking about the different things you were listening to live on Sunday night. The commentary for this show. I love Bonza on commentary.
Oh man,
you learn
Bonza
so much
on commentary. Bonza on commentary. Look, and this is no disrespect to Gail and Rose, who obviously Rose has been on the show before. And I think that they've come a long way, and they're growing so much in what they do.
Yeah.
And I think PWA are going for a different vibe with the Black Label.
Yeah.
All right. Like they want that real Aussie, pop culture references, all that sort of stuff that, and I think they've come a long way. Like, they're growing a lot on the Black Label commentary. It's gotten better compared to where it was. If you watch, the first show they were on, which I think was Sold Our Soul for Rock and Robbie.
Yes.
I think that was their first show. If you watch that and then watch Wahlberg versus Ugg, or the latest one, Once Upon a Time in Max Watts, they've improved in leaps and bounds in a matter of months. But Bonza on commentary is something special because he has a dry wit, Simpsons references, and just an ability to break down the action as well. Like when he was in this match that we were just talking about, when he was breaking down why Xena was going after the midsection, because if you go after the midsection, when Belle Pierce hits one of her many cross-body variants, it's going to hurt her just as much as it hurts you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, damn, that's the kind of shit I miss from my commentary teams,
Yeah.
Like it's stuff that William Regal does,
right,
explaining exactly why they're going after something. I love that shit. Like that is, hook it up into my veins.
Yeah, look, if I don't know if Black Label ever will change up anything with the commentary. Like you said, I love the commentary team now. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Tonight will be my first ever official watching it live with the commentary, which would be cool.
Right, because you're not going to the show tonight. You're watching from home for monetary reasons.
Correct.
Right, because people need to understand this. OvoPlay, $6 for a week, and you can watch Green Label and Black Label in this 1 week because one was on Sunday, one was on Friday. It's the most ridiculous deal in Australian wrestling.
Yeah, correct. And I don't know if they'll ever sort of mix it up, but I do like having a pro wrestler. Obviously we want Bonza on every show, so he can't be on commentary every show. I'm not sure. No. But, if you just mix it up here and there, maybe like one or two shows with a talent as the third man.
I don't know.
I kind of like it. New Japan, when it's Kelly and Chris Charlton, it's fun. But when it's Kelly and like a Saban or a Rocky or a Gino or something like that, just gives that little extra vibe. And I got that with this show. I love having that wrestler and a proper commentator. And I don't know, but this is.
I like having a set team.
Yeah,
personally.
No, so do I.
But this the other guy who joined Jack Bonza, Don Marnell.
Yeah.
Am I getting that right? Is it Don Marnell?
Don Marnell, yeah.
Don Marnell, yeah. So former OTT commentator.
Yeah.
Over there in Ireland. He was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
He made a lot of Irish references, right?
Yeah.
My fellow countryman, Finn Balor, my fellow countryman. He said that a couple of times. But Don Marnell would be a great addition to the Black Label team as sort of like an anchor to really call the action and then let the other two do the things they do.
Yeah. Either way. I mean, all three of them do a great job, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's get back onto this Green Label card. I feel we kind of got way off the card there.
That's fine. That's what we do. We're here to talk PWA.
Absolutely.
Let's geek out. Let's do it, man. That's what we do. Yeah, Jay Sorbet, unannounced match. This one wasn't announced.
Yeah.
So Jay Sorbet took on AJ.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen AJ.
Yeah, so I've never heard of Aaron Jake. I was glad I got to watch this match because he is fantastic.
Yeah, he won me over. Apparently he did he was the Jude clone in Wrestling Go,
right.
which I haven't caught up on that show yet. So I didn't get to watch it live. I got it on Cling, but I didn't actually get to watch it. So yeah, he was the clone Jude.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, because actually you kind of now thinking about looking at him, he kind of can pass as a mini.
Yeah, definitely. I like that he was wearing like the young lion, just the black trunks.
Yeah.
Like I liked that.
Yeah.
That was that did it for me.
On the flip side, Sorbet, he's my boy. Shout out to Jay Sorbet. I fucking love
it's the Sorbet.
When the fire hits the night, it's Sorbet. No, I fucking love this guy, and he was pulling things out in this match. And I was just like, holy shit, where did that come from? Like,
what was that thing he did from the outside to the inside with the roller? God damn it, what was that?
I don't know. Bonza's like, even Bonza called, he's like, I watch 3 hours of wrestling every day, like my whole life, and I've never even seen that.
Yeah, but Bonza did call what it was, but I was obviously watching Dominion at the same time, so I didn't hear what he called it. But anyway, Jay Sorbet, hugely underrated.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen him, wrestle under other banners and stuff like that. I really hope this is a stepping stone for him to get on some Black Label cards in the future because he's...
Well, he joined the official Richard South on a trip over to America for the Young Lions Cup in Chikara.
Yes, yeah. So no, fantastic stuff there. The next match, Spencer and Carter Deems. Two guys that have done plenty of Black Label shows, Newey Pro shows, or whatever. This is fantastic. I like this very much so, with Spencer picking up the victory here, which I was surprised about, but I think he needed that victory going into tonight when he faces Robbie Eagles. So,
yeah, definitely. I'm not surprised to see Spencer pick up the win there. But then afterwards, on the Behind the Label, we saw them set up that, Spencer interrupted Robbie on his promo, and that's how we got to the Robbie Eagles match. So it makes sense there. Now, watching Carter Deems do his thing in there with Michael Spencer, I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh man, like I know he's spent some time over at the Fale Dojo, and I know that Matty Wahlberg is set to go to the Fale Dojo at some point in the future. It looks like he had some surviving to do in the meantime. He was on survive. He was off on an island. That's why he hasn't been at the Fale Dojo. But is Carter Deems the better, like, bell-to-bell worker of the Babes?
I've been tossing this up for nearly 6 months since Friday of the Babe show. Look, Carter is a fantastic talent. They both got their claims to the overall athlete. Like Matty Wahlberg, as you can see, even in promos for Survivor, he's going to be on Survivor with the likes of the lady that owns Boost and all that, which is going to be crazy.
Yeah, Winter Olympic gold medalists and a bunch of people. It's champions versus contenders.
Yeah. He's a built like Ultimate Fighter-esque human being. No pun intended for the next match we'll talk about. But he's a beast. But Carter, he's a little bit younger than Matty. I think he's got about 5 years under him. I think Matty's already mid-20s. I think Carter's still young. I know when Carter does get, to mid-20s, a little bit towards it, he could be one of the best talents in this country.
Well, I just think that watching him in, because I mostly see him in tag matches, right?
Yeah.
And so watching him in this one-on-one match, I was just like, oh damn, like, okay,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I see it. Like, it's not that I didn't see it before. It's just that Matty Wahlberg as the character, maybe outshines, or maybe Carter Deems shouldn't be associating himself with the Babes. I know that's a weird thing to say, because they're such a good act, but like, just seeing him on his own here and in the ring with a world-class talent like Michael Spencer, Prince of All Wrestling, it was revelatory to me that I was like, oh, okay, Carter Deems can go.
Yeah. There was even a match he had under another banner in Newey Pro. I think it was against Matt Rogers not too long ago. Another fantastic showing. And maybe he gets some more singles action. I don't know. Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Then we move on to our wrestler that you may not have heard of, but should definitely pay attention to in 2019, because they wrestle good and do other things good too. From New South Wales, Sam Osborne defeating Ultimate Fighter Fudge.
Yeah, speaking of fantastic, not Ultimate Fighter Fudge. No. Let's start on Sam Osborne here.
Here we go. Is this where you kiss his ass because he's a North Shore boy and you're a North Shore boy and you're like, "Rrr," and you're just going to give him a reach around for the next 5 minutes?
Yes. No.
Fair enough. At least you'll admit it. Yeah.
No.
That's what the Sam Osborne love. Do it.
No. He's just, I don't know, every show that I've been to or watched in the last month or two, he's just been on everything, whether it's PWA or FWA or whatever. He's just fucking killing it. Every time I see him in the ring, IWA as well, he is just phenomenal. Since he came back from Canada and Lance Storm School, he's just on a tear.
He wasn't Lance, so he was at Battle Arts.
Battle Arts. My apologies. Corrected.
But no, he the thing about Sam Osborne too is you watch him work in FWA and he's working face, right?
Yeah.
And you believe him.
Yeah.
Like this guy, and then you see him in PWA, and he's just so fucking smug and punchable. Like if I was not so terrified that a man of his stature would just destroy me, I would want to punch his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like Jackson Kelly, he's a smug heel too, but I don't get the same "I want to punch your face" vibe, right? Until he talks. But Sam Osborne just has this way of carrying himself, whether he needs to carry himself as a face or whether he needs to carry himself as a heel. This dude's just a fucking star, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching Sam Osborne work.
Yeah.
That fucking coffee cup. God damn.
Yep. And there's a man in the next match that I feel is very similar. But on the flip side of this, Ultimate Fighter Fudge.
Why would you want to punch Donnie Mako in the face?
I'm talking about Mr. Will Keatis. No, but,
I love Will Keatis.
But let's talk about Ultimate Fighter Fudge. God, Fudge doesn't.
What's the go with this? Why is he an Ultimate Fighter now?
No idea.
He was a garbage. Is it because he got rejected for Sanitation Commissioner? No, he won the Sanitation Commissioner. So he won Sanitation Commissioner,
in a very
which he shouldn't have. By the way, he was the heel in that. I stand by this. But he's going to pollute our oceans, and now he's just like. But by the way, also I'm training in UFC now.
This guy has just had every single type of weird character arc in, again, whether it's PWA, Wrestling Go, switching bodies with fucking Warburg, or doing the whole Bonza Fudge thing up in Newey Pro. This guy comes up with some of the most hilarious little random things at different shows. This is just another one of them. But like Bonza even talking on commentary, like he even goes upstairs and does his Ultimate Fighter training in the offices. Because no one wants to, he doesn't want anyone to see what he's training for. And having Preston and Townsend in his corner is just an added little bonus there. But
Big Fudge, is he the most entertaining man in Australian wrestling?
He's one of. He's
possibly.
Possibly. He's got that character down packed. He's just so fun. Even his interactions at shows with the crowd. He's always one of the guys walking around pre-show, after show, into the actual.
Well, yeah, he's got to sell his chocolates.
Yeah, sell his chocolates.
You got to feed the adoring public.
Yeah, that's it. A lot of fun.
The swole bars.
Sam Osborne
off-brand.
He got the victory here, and then the next match, a guy that I only discovered about a month ago at FWA, Donnie Mako. He's fantastic.
Yeah. He's done some Wrestling Go as well.
Yeah. And he took on Mr. Will Keatis, another one of my faves. I fucking love Will Keatis.
Yeah, look, Donnie Mako, really enjoyable flyer, but Will Keatis, look, he's the best booker in Australia. We know this.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
And look, questionable ethically, maybe. Hot mum, definitely, But the big thing for me here is the banger of a fucking theme song he has.
Oh, right.
Oh, man. I want to see him win. Because I want to hear that song come over the speakers. Like, it was literally, like, you could see on overplay, you could see the room shaking from the bass in this song.
Yeah.
And he told me what it was called. I tweeted, and he told me what it was, and now I can't find it for some reason.
It's just, even his new ring gear. I mean, he's been sporting it for a couple of weeks now, like the white jeans and with a little bit of the tear in it. He's just got this new vibe. Look, I don't know what the future is of the Kelly gang. I really hope I see more Jackson Kelly in PWA, but I mean, he's not booked for tomorrow night, and Osborne tonight. Oh, I'm going to accuse.
Well, he's been over in the States.
He has been, yes.
Has Jackson Kelly, yeah.
And I think Osborne's booked again for tonight. Keatis isn't, but they're all in on Osborne and Keatis. I'm down for that. I really hope Kelly gets some more time here, but I don't know if the Kelly gang are sticking together in PWA or are they going a singles route.
I think they will be. Will be, at least for the foreseeable future. So. Yeah, but then we move on because we need them in the tag division. I reckon. I think it'd be they're a good addition to the tag division. Which, let's take a look at the main event. The Velocities defeated the Lightspeed Express. They had a nice, respectful exchange at the end. But man, this match was exciting. With a roof so low, only these four men, with a roof so low, are able to pull off such a high octane, stunt fueled endeavor. It was an insane match. Yeah. And they weren't able to really, really fly. Robbie still managed to pull off a fucking 450 somehow. I don't know how that man does half the things he does.
No idea. He's just insane. But yeah, all four guys here. I love this little touch. Everyone's just like, oh, it's weird seeing Matt Diamond against the Velocities already, kind of.
Now that he's one of them. Yeah.
No, but yeah, this is just a great passing of the torch match. Matt Diamond and Robbie Eagles have done a Lightspeed Express thing for, it started in like nearly 2010, I think it was. Even before that, they had nearly a year run as PWA Tag Champs all the way back in the Liverpool.
They were their first tag champs, weren't they?
Yeah, potentially. Yes, they were. Back in the Liverpool Sonic Centre days.
PWA Elite.
Yeah, PWA.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B Plus podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Grapps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today. Hey everyone, just want to take a second to tell you about one of our new sponsors, OUTBREAK NUTRITION. OUTBREAK NUTRITION are creating supplements for survival, sharper minds, quicker reflexes, all the energy you need to take your performance to the next level, whether that be on the field, in the gym, on the gaming field. That's right, they have specifically designed gaming supplements as well to help you focus on those late night sessions. They even sell coffee, you guys, at OUTBREAK NUTRITION. You can get coffee pods, you can get coffee beans, you can get supplements for the bedroom as well if you want to enhance your performance there. These are performance enhancing supplements for every aspect of your life, specifically designed by gamers, for gamers, to stay fit and healthy in the gym, to stay sharp and focused on the game, and to dominate in all areas of life. So check out OUTBREAKNutrition.com, and for being a listener of our podcast, they will give you 10% off your order when you enter the code B+. That is BPLUS at checkout. So make sure, if you want to stay on top of your game, if you want to take your performance to the next level, OUTBREAKNutrition.com, enter the code B+ at checkout.
Yeah, this is fantastic. All four guys, similar styles, but, two on the other end of not the other end of their career. Robbie's career is just starting, really.
Robbie's in his prime.
Yeah. Paris and Jude.
He probably doesn't feel like it when he wakes up each morning.
No. Paris and Jude, give them about 5 years and they will be probably Robbie Eagles in the world,
I think if you asked Robbie, he'd say they're going to be bigger.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just because the pathway's been paved.
And
yeah.
Matty Diamond's a guy that just gives 100% every match he does. Again, doesn't matter what brand he's wrestling for, he always gives 110%. He's just a phenomenal athlete. This is just great match.
I really like the dive spot that they did to the outside with the moonsault and the suicide tope suicida. Yeah. Everything. You want to watch just masters of the craft putting together an aerial matchup, because that's what this was. It was a fast-paced aerial matchup. You want to see masters do it because it's really hard to do. Like, I can't stress enough how low the roof was in this venue, and they still managed to, you never noticed,
Yeah.
You noticed before the match, you noticed that the roof was low, but you never noticed as you were watching your match because they still managed to fly. It was amazing.
Right.
Definitely watch this match. I gave this one 4.5 on Grapple, which, are you on Grapple yet, big boy?
On Grapple, B+_big boy on Grapple. I think I saw yours, but I can't follow you because it's keeps crashing every time. But anyway.
Don't say that it's crashing. Come on, man. We're pumping them up. Our friends who are very good app makers at Grapple are helping us out. No, it's fine. We're introducing Australian wrestling to Grapple, starting with PWA. So the Green Label show is up there now. Tomorrow you'll be able to rate tomorrow, you'll be able to rate the PWA All Eyes on Troy show when they put that into the system as well. And you can even go back and rate the last couple of years of shows on PWA. So, those Will Ospreay, Robbie Eagles matches, there are Jonah Rock, Caveman Ugg. You can go back and you can give these matches the ratings they deserve so that people can get these matches in their recommended lists, right? Because you can go and you can sort by the highest ratings, and you can see, and it's really cool because it's an aggregate rating, much like Rotten Tomatoes, where they take all the scores from all the critics and all the just the general punters. So you can download, and your score, if Dave Meltzer was on Grapple, you giving a 5-star rating means just as much as Dave Meltzer giving a 5-star rating when it comes to aggregating this the score for this match overall. So it gives us a voice in general match ratings, and it's democratizing match ratings for wrestling fans, which I think is a huge thing. So we're big fans of Grapple, and they're introducing Australian wrestling starting with PWA, so get around it. Before we get to the card for tonight, Mikey, what do you think of the PWA guys showing up on Studio 10? Have you seen this one yet?
Yeah, I have. The wrestlers themselves, for what they did, and the airtime that they got, fantastic. On Studio 10 side of things, fuck you.
The host was a turd,
the host
right?
was a turd. The crew back in the studio are turds.
I just want them to know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I don't know. I have a rant about this on the Aussie Grapps show, so I don't want to go too much into it. But I just wanted to see if you were on the same page as me.
Another brand had this happen on the project probably about a year ago, IWA. And they handled it with a little bit more respect. But I think they had like Turkish Delight and Jackson Kelly and all that on there at the time.
Yeah.
And even then I was kind of like, oh God, Project really kind of...
well, they focused in on Turkish Delight, and he's a bit of a comedy guy, right?
But Studio 10.
But then like you get things like the SBS Viceland that PWA had this week. Jack Bonza, Jessica Troy was brilliant, or the 10 Daily one that PWA did as well was fucking brilliant. Then you get trash like the Footy Show or Studio 10, where it's just this is content for lowest common denominator. And I get that we want to market. I guess it wasn't even for PWA really; it was for the New Japan shows. But they did mention PWA a couple of times, which was great. Yeah. I thought the wrestlers did great. Like Mick Moretti was still. You can listen to the Aussie Grapps show if you want to hear me talk about this. But Mick Moretti was Mick Moretti. Robbie was Robbie. Like there was nothing wrong with that. But it was just the hosts, and it just bums me out so much that they just don't take it seriously. When he was standing in the ring with some of the best athletes in the fucking country,
and fucking Farley just looks so intimidating.
Any sport. Anyway,
we got to shout out young boy Reese got his TV debut. I like that.
Nice. But then we also should talk about Matty Wahlberg. The question's been, where is Matty Wahlberg, right?
Yeah.
And I suggested on last week's show that maybe he was in Caveman Ugg's cave because he hasn't been on social media. Turns out I wasn't far off. He was on a fucking island, big boy.
He was. Yes, he's going to be talking about Channel 10. He's going to be part of Channel 10 Survivor. It's already obviously been filmed. So that'll air very soon. I'll be watching my first season of Survivor in nearly 20 years.
Same. I haven't watched in a long time, but you know what? I'm going to watch it. And I think that this is going to hopefully do a lot for the mainstream coverage of Australian wrestling, because presuming he has a good run on the show, presuming he doesn't piss anyone off and get voted off real quick, he's going to be able to show, like, because people going into it will probably underrate him, like, oh, he's a professional wrestler. It's that fake stuff. And then he gets to show that he's just as athletic as gold medalists. Come on. That's going to do wonders. Yeah,
I mean, he's in there against, he's got the gold medals in Stephen Bradbury in there. He's got Janine, I can never think of her surname, from Boost, one of the best businesswomen in the country. Andrew Eddinghausen is an NRL legend.
These names mean nothing to me.
I know you're...
Matty Wahlberg's the star.
Oh, absolutely. But
he's the draw card, and he got to cut part of the promo and the ad too. So get around and check out the ad. But let's look at tonight's All Eyes on Troy.
Speaking of Matty Wahlberg,
right? All Eyes on Troy. Jessica Troy challenging for the title. We'll get to that. But starting at the bottom of the card here, we've got a 6-way match that was just announced. Big Fudge, Concrete Davidson, Matt Diamond, Matty Wahlberg, Sam Osborne, and Unsocial Jordan. Who do you pick coming out of this one?
No idea. Everyone is kind of... You got Unsocial Jordan representing SMS. You got Osborne kind of representing Kelly Gang, whatever's left. You got Warburg representing Babes. You got Diamond representing Velocities. Conco representing Black Shirt Cool Group. And you got Fudge representing, Fudge. And
he's representing PWA. He's the sanitation commissioner.
There you go. Mate, this is the toss of the coin. There's two guys that I pick out of my heart, which is obviously Warburg or Osborne. Unsocial Jordan's been on a tear the last year, picking up interesting victories like this. I'm going to go with Unsocial Jordan. This is his first match back in 3 months. I know this is Warburg's first match back as well, but I think Unsocial Jordan gets back on his winning ways. I think SMS are going to be a bit of a focus over the next couple of months. I feel like coming off the back of this Survivor announcement and also the loss to Caveman Ugg, Matty Wahlberg needs the win here. He does.
But at the same time, he's such a character, he can get his heat back. And I feel like Unsocial Jordan, like you said, coming off 3 months away, I do believe his last match was a big win over Richard South, of course, inducting him into SMS. So there's still some story to tell there. I don't know. I feel like Unsocial Jordan kind of needs the win here. I don't know. I'm with you on that. I'm torn between Matty Wahlberg and Unsocial Jordan here, but I think I am going to give the edge out to Unsocial Jordan in this one, just because I agree with you. I think SMS, although SMS will probably win later in the night, I feel like, because we want Velocities, the underdogs having to overcome, right? Yeah. So giving them another number one contendership when they've just challenged not too long ago. Yeah. I think SMS get a win later. No, I'm going to change. Matty Wahlberg picks up the win here and SMS later.
Fair enough. I just feel every time I go against Unsocial Jordan, he wins. So I'm just going to go with Unsocial. Yeah. Now, there's a match that's not on the card, I just realised. There is a 7th match announced, and it hasn't been added to this. My apologies. Adam Hoffman versus Matt Rogers.
Yes.
So that's one.
Yes, the Hoff versus Full Force. Yes.
And this is based off the last show when Hoffman took on Rogers as well, but had the help of some of the Four Nations members to get the victory here. So
had the help of his little chain that he wrapped around his wrist too. Wrapped around his fist. Sorry, not his wrist. What would that do, wrapping it around your wrist? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I think that still leading into, obviously, TMDK and Four Nations big showdown, you got to keep Hoffman strong, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Could you ever see Rogers as a member of TMDK?
Oh, I mean, oh, my mic just cut out. I don't see Rogers as a member of any group. Fuck off, cunt.
TMDK would be the group to be, right? If ever.
I guess. Is he enough of a body guy for TMDK? I mean, he's a big dude.
I mean, they had Jonah.
But, True enough. But then we get Jack Bonza taking on the debuting for PWA. I can't believe you're not going to be there to see this man in person. God damn, this guy is one of the most charismatic men in Australian wrestling. Rat Daddy, former guest of the show. Jack Bonza, Rat Daddy. Again, I'm sticking with Four Nations here. We're building some heat moving into the big show.
Didn't actually give our
TMDK.
Didn't actually give our predictions on that last match. I predict Rogers to
Oh, sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I just took my prediction and ran with it.
Yeah. I think Matt Rogers will destroy the shit out of Hoffman this time. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Bonza versus Rat Daddy.
And Angry Rogers is entertaining, but yes. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. But Bonza and Rat Daddy, though, you've never seen Rat Daddy live, and then you're just going to be watching on TV. That bums me out, man. It bums me out for you.
Awkward moment. I don't think I've actually seen anything of Rat Daddy's. So it's good.
Oh man, he has a presence. Well, he has a presence.
I agree with you. I think Bonza picks up the victory here, unless there's some sort of like heelish tactic, like a video across from TMDK halfway through the match or something. I think Bonza wins.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to do that, you do that in a later match, which we'll get to in a moment. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like Bonza should win this one here. And this is very much, I think a lot of people would have liked to see Moretti versus Rat Daddy. That's basic bitch thinking, right? Because you put the big character against the big character. I love that, but also, and when we spoke to Jack Bonza on the B Plus podcast, he talked about putting the big character against the straight man, and that's what they've done here. Rat Daddy is the big character. You put him against Bonza, it's going to be an amazing showdown. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see how the cheese comes into play. Then we get the Prince of All Wrestling. We talked about it, taking on Robbie Eagles, returning from New Japan. I cannot pick this one. I think Michael Spencer goes over here.
It's going to be very interesting. In another universe, these guys are a part of a team. So these guys know each other very well. Part of the Armada. These guys know each other very, very well. This is going to be a fantastic match. I can see it. I think I'm going to stick with Robbie just to play the safe hand there, but I can see Spencer getting an upset, but I'm going to stick with Robbie just as the
I definitely think it'll be an upset, and I definitely don't think it'd be clean.
No.
But yeah, I think maybe coming off the best of Super Juniors, you want to see Robbie win, obviously, coming home the conquering hero. But I think Michael Spencer, it's a good way to get some heat.
Yeah. Spencer had a brilliant year last year with his series against Ricky South, and then his feud with Maddie, and then a little bit with that Jess Troy feud.
Yeah, that one sort of morphed because of Madison's injury.
So, 2019 kind of hasn't been fantastic for Spencer, not in a bad way, but he just hasn't been as much of a presence on the Black Label card this year. So hopefully this is the start of a good back end of the 2019 for him.
Yeah, you actually just said something there. His feud with Madison Eagles, it never really got resolved. Do we know what her status is with her injury?
No,
How's she going for rehab?
Well, when did that injury happen?
Could we see a return here?
Never know. Could like a little teaser of a return. Because I guess the next show after this is Call to Arms, so any sort of major payoff, if she was ready to go, would be perfect timing.
Yes, it would be. I'm calling that right now. I have no idea if she's ready to go.
And a little sneaky Easter egg. Yes, I feel PWA put an Easter egg into their Green Label show. In the middle of intermission, they show the replay of the Fatal 4-Way featuring Marcus Cool and Spencer and Eagles and that. There's a little Easter egg in there. It's just a coincidence. They just wanted to give us that match again. But, could they be teasing Maddie's return?
Could they be reminding us? Yeah. I'm sold. I'm sold on it. I think Madison returns and we get back into Michael Spencer versus Madison Eagles. So I think I'm shifting Robbie Eagles wins here.
To sound crazy that PWA, especially guys like Bonza and that who are very creative as fuck, would put a Easter egg into
No, it doesn't sound crazy at all. It sounds perfectly reasonable. These guys are Chikara fans, and Chikara stories are told over years at times. You know what I mean? These guys have long-term plans in mind, and I believe that that's entirely possible. Then the next one on the show, this is the one where I think that maybe the Four Nations might take that loss with some kind of TMDK video interference or something of that nature. Mick Moretti versus Tommy Knight. Now, Mick Moretti obviously is a huge star, and that's why I think Tommy Knight, if you're gonna give one of the Four Nations a loss here on this card, I think Tommy Knight's the guy to give it to, because Tommy Knight, he's very young in wrestling terms. He hasn't been doing it a long time. I think about 2 years he's been wrestling. But holy shit. He beat Jonah Rock in Jonah Rock's last match in the country. He has a huge amount of presence. He's one of the best young guys in the country. I see him really impressing in his debut here for PWA Black Label.
Yeah, I can see something's going to happen with the Team DK side of things to set up for Call to Arms, 100%. I can see it happening in this one. Either one, but either Moretti.
Could they actually show up, interfere in the match, and offer Tommy Knight a TMDK shirt, taking his mentor and the guy who he defeated on his way out of the country, Jonah Rock's place? in TMDK.
Makes sense.
Oh, I mean, you'd want it to happen at a Wrestle Rampage show, but goddamn, that would be amazing.
Where are they at with memberships? Because so if they did a full, and whether Madison's healthy enough to join them, if they were to do a full Four Nations versus full Team DK, like I don't know, some sort of War Games match or something, you'd have Bonza, Moretti, Troy, Hoffman. So 4. Do they? Yeah, are they healthy enough for 4 at the moment?
You got
Slex.
Slex, you got the Untouchables, you got Mikey Broderick,
but
you got Mad Mikey Nichols.
Oh yeah, true. And I mean, Mikey is Broderick. Sorry, Mikey Broderick is injured. So whether they need Tommy Knight could be a interesting add-on there. Yeah.
Well, I just think he fits that big boy role that Jonah played in the group. And they lost Jonah, they lost Elliot Sexton.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I sort of threw that weird Matt Rogers idea out before. I mean, not weird, decent Matt Rogers idea. But yeah, Rat Daddy. Tommy Knight makes even more sense, I guess. With that Jonah link.
I would like to see it personally, as we want some TMDK representation back here in Adelaide. Damian Slater comes down here for Wrestle Rampage a lot, but it'd be nice to have Tommy Knight repping the TMDK. And then we move on to the tag team title number 1 contendership match. SMS, Richard South and Tyler Payne taking on the Velocities, Jude the Dude London and Paris De Silva. I think SMS wins here. I think SMS are a big thing moving forward.
Yeah. This is going to sound crazy because the last 3 matches we talked about included guys like Moretti, Knight, Spencer, Eagles, Bonza, Daddy. This is going to be the match of the night, in my opinion. All 4 of these guys give 100%, 110%. Not saying that everyone does them, but these,
I was going to say
these
everyone
4,
does,
Paris and Richard. In the past, Paris has created gifts off Richard's shoulders. Jude, he's diving off fucking balconies, and Tyler Payne is just as entertaining as all 3 of those other guys. So I feel this is going to be the match of the night. And I feel SMS will be winning this because Richard South is one of the hottest things in PWA right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then in the main event, the show is named after her. Jessica Troy challenging for the PWA title against Shazza McKenzie. She was on our podcast last week. She said she's definitely going to tap out Shazza McKenzie. She was on the Triple M Top Rope podcast with Rosengale this week. And, she stood in for Nashi and she was the 3rd person. And she said that, Shazza McKenzie's off being a martyr, for all of women's wrestling and not defending a title though. So Jessica Troy wants to win the title and she wants to be a fighting champion. I'm kind of like, and this is hard for me to say because Shazza McKenzie is my personal favorite Australian professional wrestler. We know this. My money's on Jess Troy.
I think the way that they're building this whole thing, just will not be winning, and my money is on Shazza.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, we still have stories to tell with Shazza and Bonza and her whole redemption of proving that she is a worthy champion. But my question is, how long is she going to be around for?
I have a very interesting response to this. It's just my fantasy booking in my head. The next show is Call to Arms. Why not Shazza McKenzie versus K-Man Ugg?
Yeah, I guess. Won't Ugg still be? Oh, Call to Arms without a title match. Is Ugg still going to be in New Zealand?
Here for Call to Arms. Call to Arms have. You got your PWA tag titles set up for the Call to Arms after this. There'll be something.
Yeah, so that can main event the show. Like, you don't need 2 title matches.
You can't have PWA tag K-Man Ugg not on Call to Arms. So,
wait, will the number 1 contendership match pay off at Call to Arms though? Because the tag titles, the tag champions will be involved in the TMDK.
True, and
wow, there's a few ways it still could go. I have no idea what to expect.
Moretti and Bonds are going to get fucked over by TMDK. Who's the person that fucking broke re-injured Mikey Broderick's arm? Troy. TMDK could fuck up Troy's chances here.
Oh wow! Whoa! What a way to get heat. What a way to get heat. Yeah, no, I could. There's a lot of ways this can go. I'm still putting my money on Jessica Troy just because the show's named after her. That could be a red herring, though. Oh man, either way, it's going to be an amazing match. It's going to be an amazing show. PWA Black Label tonight live on OVO Play. I sound like I'm a company shill here. They aren't paying me shit. PWA, slide in my DMs. OVO Play. It's like $6 a month. No, $6 a week, or you can get it for $10 a month. That's the subscription I'm on. I just don't want to worry. I want to be able to log in and watch whenever I want if I want to watch replays. So, and you can even get a yearly option as well. It's the best deal when you're getting 2 shows in 1 week for $6. Like that's the best deal in Australian wrestling, hands down. Get around it on OVO Play. And where can people find you, Big Boy Mikey? Because you will be live tweeting it tomorrow. I'm going to help with a bit more of the company shill before I say where they can find me, because you can actually find me on these things. But where isn't PWA at the moment? They're on OVO. They're on Discord. They're on everything. Like if you can't get into, you said Discord, really metal. Discord, it's Discord.
Right? But
Discord. It's like some kind of metal band.
Jump onto Twitter or Facebook. You'll find the links to the PWA Discord. That's blowing up. My phone just non-stops. Be a part of that PWA community, because for the fan side of things, there is so much interaction with PWA fans out there. It's just going crazy at the moment.
And if you want to be on our Discord, patreon.com/theb+.
And you can find me on B+ Discord. You can find me on the PWA Discord. And you can find me on Twitter at B+_BigBoy. There you go.
I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter, at the Greg Unchained on Instagram. Follow. Not really. I pretty much don't check those things. You can find us collectively, the B+ Wrestle on Twitter, B+ Wrestling everywhere else. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star review if you like what we do. And thank you ever so much for listening.